Hey y'all, come on downstairs with me and play a little MVP 06 NCAA baseball. This is Oregon State Beavers Dynasty. We have 3 games left in the season after splitting a 2-game road trip to Iowa. 3 games left, all against the UCLA Bruins, who are 24-33. Look at the Pac-10 standings. Oregon State, we are 13-8. Stanford is 13-8. Arizona State is 12-9. Those are the only 3 teams left with a chance to win the Pac-10 title, and we are tied with Stanford. So the first game against the UCLA Bruins, we're going to quick manage it, and we end up winning that one 5-1. Harville gets the win. Deshane with the loss for UCLA. Rogers went 0 for 4. Maloney went 0 for 3. Swayden went 1 for 3 with an RBI. Washburn 0 for 3. Shinjo went 2 for 2 with 1 RBI, scored a run. Tomko 0 for 3. Markle went 2 for 3 with an RBI. He also scored a run. Harville was 0 for 1. Silva 1 for 3. Fellows 0 for 4. Markle with 2 doubles, and Swayden had a triple. Fellows, Shinjo, Swayden, Tomko, and Markle, all had RBIs for the Beavers, and Rogers was caught stealing for the 11th time this year. Harville went 6 2/3, gave up 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and Rodriguez came in for 2 1/3 innings of scoreless baseball. Arizona State beat Washington today 4-2. USC over Cal 4-1. Stanford remains tied with us after an 11-10 victory against Wazoo, and we beat UCLA 5-1. So the updated standings: we are 14-8 with Stanford, who is also 14-8, and Arizona State remains 1 game back. Fossum against Bueno. Here in Game 2 of this series against UCLA, we're going to quick manage that as well. We come out with a 9-4 victory. Fossum gets the win. He goes to 9-4. Rogers was 2 for 3 in this one. Had 3 RBIs, scored a run. Maloney was 3 for 6 with an RBI. He scored 2 runs. Swayden was 1 for 4 with a run scored. Washburn 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs and a run. Banwert went 1 for 4 with a run. Tomko 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run. Markle was 0 for 5 in this one. Silva went 3 for 4, scored 2 runs, and had an RBI as he started in the place of Shinjo. Fellows went 1 for 4. Washburn, Silva, Fellows, Banwert, Rogers, Tomko all had doubles. Tomko with a triple. Maloney and Rogers had home runs. Washburn, Silva, Fellows, Tomko, Rogers, Maloney all had RBIs in this one, and Fellows with a sacrifice base hit, or a sacrifice bunt, Fossum went 7 innings, giving up 10 hits, only 2 runs though, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Conley came in 2 innings, gave up 4 hits and 2 runs. He is still struggling since coming back from that injury. Arizona State beats Washington 8-7, Cal over USC 3-1. Stanford falls to Washington State 10-5, and with our win 9-4 over UCLA, it puts us a game ahead of both Stanford and Arizona in the Pac-10 standings. That means with 1 game left, we control our own destiny, and with a win, we will clinch outright the Pac-10 title. So we're going to get into this 3rd and final game of this 3-game series, and it's actually the final game of the regular season. Here from Los Angeles, California, the Oregon State Beavers, the UCLA Bruins. Here on MVP 06 NCAA Baseball Beavers Dynasty, Carlos Trombley starts for the Bruins. He's 4-11 with a 6.19 ERA. He's thrown 100 innings this year, given up 140 hits and 50 walks. Very high number of walks and hits for this guy. Rene Rogers steps into the box to lead off the game. And here is the first delivery from Trombley. It is a curveball down and away for ball number 1. Second pitch, a splitter, ball number 2. Fastball right down the middle, taken by Rene Rogers. On a 2-1 count, the fastball misses. 3-1 to Rene Rogers. And the splitter misses down and in. So Trombley walks the first batter. Our batting order: Rogers, Maloney, Swayden, Washburn, Banwert, Shinjo, Tomko, Markle, and Fellows. Here is Jeff Maloney with Rogers on first. He's a stolen base threat. And Maloney takes the first pitch for strike 1. This one is driven out to center field. Noble can't get to it. He's going to cut it off. Rene Rogers heads to third. And Maloney back to first with a single. Runners on the corners now with nobody out for Nick Swayden. Nick Swayden flies it into right field. Lonergan over underneath it. Makes the catch. Rogers is tagging from third, and he's going to score easily as the throw comes into second. And the Beavers are on the board to take the lead 1-0. Gino Washburn steps into the box now. Curveball taken high. Maloney is on first with 1 out. Cutter over the outside corner. It's a 1-1 count. Washburn fouls this one off. It's 1-2 with one out. And the cutter swung on and missed for out number 2. Jeff Banwert, the shortstop, steps in. With 2 outs and a runner still on first, he takes the curveball. It looked high but called a strike. Chases the fastball down and in. And then launches a curveball deep to left field, back at the wall, or just in front of the track. And the catch is made there by Jarrett. Brandon Morgan, the starter for the Beavers. In 16 appearances, he's 7-4 with a 3.70 ERA. And he will face a batting order of Jarrett, Zaronda, Lonergan, DeShane, Coltrinari, Walter, Schmidt, Noble, and Blaylock. Best hitter is Lonergan with a .391 batting average and 15 home runs. Our defense, Swaden, Rogers, and Tomko. Around the infield, Maloney, Banwert, Fellows, and Shinjo. And a battery of Washburn behind the plate and Morgan on the mound. Fernando Lonergan steps in with 2 outs and a 1-1 count in the bottom of the first. He grounds it to the left side. Banwert has it on to first, and Shinjo makes the play in the dirt. At the end of the first inning, it's 1-0. Oregon State. We go to the second. David Shinjo leading things off for the Beavs. Here's the delivery from Tromley, and Shinjo lines it into left field. That one's going to split the gap and roll almost to the wall. It stops near the warning track where it's cut off there by Jarrett. And heading to third for a stand-up triple. Devin Tomko now steps in with a runner in scoring position. He swings and misses over the curveball, 0-1. Grounded to the right side, play made there by Schmidt, and he just steps on the bag. The runner has to hold at third. Here's Trey Markle with 1 out. A splitter called strike 1. Fastball driven into center field, and that's a base hit. A run's going to come in to score, and the Beavs are up 2-0. Al Fellows steps in now. With 1 out, a runner on first. He swings and misses at the changeup. Second delivery from Tromley. A splitter swung on and missed as well. It's an 0-2 count. Here's the breaking ball off the plate outside, 1-2. And a drive deep to left field. That one is back there. Jarrett at the wall. He jumps and he takes it away. And they're going to double him up off of first. He's still running towards the plate. They're basically going to roll the ball to first and get the double play. What is going on here? Oh, and what is that? He's just rolling it to first. Maybe a little taunting there. I don't know what that was. He just basically rolled the ball to first. For the second out, in the middle of 2, it's 2-0 Beavers with the lead. Here's Ellis DeShane, the DH. First pitch to DeShane from Brandon Morgan. Taken for strike 1. Ground ball up the middle past Morgan into center field. Rogers has it, but it's a base hit for DeShane. Here is DJ Coltrinari, the third baseman for the Bruins. With a runner on first and nobody out, he lines it right past Morgan's head into center field for a base hit. And UCLA might have something cooking here. Jason Walter, the second baseman, steps into the batter's box. First pitch to Walter, fouled off down the third base line. Second pitch, four-seamer up and away, swung on and missed. And the two-seamer up and away as well, going up the ladder to retire the first batter, or the first out of the second inning. Slider swung on and missed. The two-seamer breaks off the plate for 1-1. Breaking ball in the dirt. It's 2-1 count. Here's the pitch from Morgan. Swung on and missed on a four-seamer. And then a ground ball to the right side. Fellows has it on to Shinjo for the out. With 2 outs, here is Noble. He grounds it to the left side. Banwert has it. He's going to try to go to third, and he can't get him. A run's going to come in to score. Thought he had a play at third better than a play at first, but it doesn't pan out. Here's the ground ball back to Morgan. He's on to first for the final out of the inning. At the end of 2, it's Oregon State 2, UCLA 1.
The left field, number 21.
Here is Nick Swaden with 2 outs now in the top of the third. 0-1 count as he watches the splitter cross the plate. Fouls the splitter down the right field line. Foul ball 0-2 with 2 outs. Here's the delivery from Tromley. Cutter upstairs for ball number 1. And the breaking ball is lined to the left side where it is caught there by Coltrinari, the third baseman. Nate Jarrett will lead things off now for UCLA. in the bottom of the third. And he lines one into left field for a base hit. So UCLA starting to get some hits here. Here's Travis Zaranda, the shortstop. He's batting .310 on the year. He's showing bunt. Pulls it back for ball 1 and pulls it back again for ball 2. He might be swinging away now. No, he's still showing bunt. He gets it down. Washburn slow out of the catcher's box, and he cannot get him at first. Fernando Lonergan comes up now with runners on first and second and nobody out. In a 2-1 ball game in the bottom of the third. 0-2 count to Lonergan. Lefty on lefty. He lines it up the middle, but Banwart makes the catch. He cannot get to the bag for the second out, though. 1 out in the inning. Fastball taken on the inside corner, 0-1. Here's a breaking ball, skied into left field. Swayden underneath it. And Swayden's going to make the catch there for out number 2. DJ Coltrinari steps in now with 2 outs. A base hit should score a run and tie the game up. He swings on the fastball and misses, 1-1 count. And here is a grounder to the left side. Maloney has it on to first to retire the side. At the end of 3, it's still 2-1, Oregon State. Gino Washburn steps into the box. He's batting .301 on the season. He's 0 for 1 today. Takes the first delivery from Tromley and drives it deep into right field. That one hops the wall down the line, and Washburn's heading to second with a stand-up double to lead off the inning. Jeff Banwart now, batting .263 on the season. With Washburn at second, Cutter catches the outside corner of the plate. It's 0-1. Splitter works its way inside. It's a 1-1 count. Here's the fastball driven the opposite way to right field, and Lonergan's going to camp underneath it to make the catch for UCLA. First baseman David Shinjo steps in. He's batting .239 on the year. Takes a fastball for strike 1. Breaking ball, line to the left side, but the catch is made there by Coltrinari. Here is Devin Tomko with 2 outs in the inning. A runner still in scoring position. He takes the first pitch for a strike and fouls off the second pitch for strike 2, and then drives a changeup to right field that's going to get down in front of Lonergan. Washburn's coming around third. He's heading to the plate, and he's going to score.
The designated hitter, number 26.
3-0 Oregon State, and here is Trey Markle. Takes the changeup for ball 1. Curveball breaks inside, and a splitter driven into right field for a base hit. And the Oregon State rally continues. Here's Al Fellows, the second baseman. He's batting .194 on the year. He is usually the backup second baseman, but he's playing because Ari Riesland is out with an injury, and he grounds back to the pitcher, who goes on to first to retire the side. Here is Andrew Noble, the center fielder, batting .323 on the year. Fastball up and in for ball 1. Second delivery from Morgan. Circle change down and away. We've got a 2-0 count on Noble. Slider catches the inside corner. It's 2-1. 3-1 count now. Noble drives it into left field, but Swayden is there to make the catch. To retire the side in the fourth, it's OSU 3, UCLA 1. Rene Rogers steps in as we start the 5th inning here in Los Angeles. Final game of the regular season. Here it's the Bruins and the Beavers. 1-1 count to Rene Rogers. Probably the best hitter on the Oregon State team. He lines it up the middle. Diving play made there by Walter. On to first for the out, just in time to get Rogers. Top of the 5th with 1 out. Here's the drive to right field. That one is back. It is at the track, at the wall. It's off the base of the wall. Runner heading to second and sliding in there with a double. Nick Swayden now to the plate. He's batting .262. Has an RBI on the day with the sac fly. Takes strike 1. It's an 0-1 count. Runner in scoring position with 1 out. 0-2 now. And a curveball lifted high into left field, shallow left. Coming in is Jarrett, and Jarrett makes the catch for the Bruins. Gino Washburn, batting .304. He's 1 for 2 on the day, steps in. Changeup, driven up the middle for a base hit. The runner's rounding third and heading for the plate. Here comes the throw from left to the plate, and he is gunned down. Out at the plate, and the lead is still 3-1 for the Beavers as the inning comes to an end. Here's Travis Zaranda in the bottom of the 5th with 1 out and a runner on first. He hacks at the curveball. It's 0-1. And then he pops it up behind the plate. Washburn underneath it is going to make the catch for out number 2. Here's Fernando Lonergan with 2 outs now and a runner on first. Still facing Brandon Morgan. Circle change over the heart of the plate. It's an 0-1 count. Breaking ball catches the inside corner. It's driven to first base where Shinjo grabs it, steps on the bag to end the inning. Jeff Banwart comes up now. The shortstop batting .261. Here's the delivery. Inside cutter off the plate, 1-0. Changeup works its way outside. A 2-0 count from Tromley. Curveball breaks down and away off the plate. And another breaking ball off the plate as well. So a runner on with nobody out for Shinjo. And David Shinjo takes the splitter for strike 1. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Pop fly out to the left side. Going back is the shortstop. Coming in is Jarrett, and he makes the catch. Joe Rivas is warming up in the UCLA bullpen. Devin Tonko steps in now, batting .236, has an RBI on the day. Takes the fastball on the inside corner for strike 1. And then lifts the next pitch deep into right field. It's going to split the gap. Bad angle taken by the center fielder. 1 run's going to come around to score. And he's heading for third, and he's going to have himself a stand-up triple. So it's 4-1, Oregon State, and here is Trey Markle, the DH. Markle to the right side, catch is made there by Walter. Al Fellow steps into the box now, batting .192. Runner still in scoring position with 2 outs. He takes the curveball down and away. Fouls off the changeup. 1-1 count. Here's a fly ball to right field. Coming in on it is Lonergan, and Lonergan's going to have it for out number 3. In the middle of 6, the Beavers lead 4-1. A win here, and Oregon State would wrap up the Pac-10 title and head to the NCAA regionals. A loss here, and they probably will not make it to the regionals, so it is or if they don't win the Pac-10 championship, they won't make it to the regionals. So a big game for Oregon State. Here's the drive deep to center field. Rogers on his horse, and he gets there to make the catch. That is the speed of Rene Rogers out in center field. 2 outs now in the inning. 4-1 Beavers. Fouled off down the left field line. 0-1. Two-seam fastball catches the inside corner. 0-2 pitch coming up. Swung on and missed for strike 3 at the end of 6. Beavs still lead at 4-1. The Bruins. Rivas comes in for Tromley. Rivas, the big lefty. Fastball down and in. 1-0 count. This one is lifted to left field. The third baseman, Coltrinari, going back and makes the catch right at the wall in foul territory. Here's Jeff Maloney now. Swung on and missed. 0-1 count. We're in the top of the 7th inning. 4-1. Oregon State with the lead. 0-2 count now to Maloney. And driven into center field with a line drive base hit for Jeff Maloney. Nick Swaden now, batting .261. Takes the fastball down and in for ball 1. Four-seamer up and away. It's ball 2. This one catches the inside corner. It's a 2-1 count with 1 out. Driven to right field. And Lonergan dives and can't come up with the ball. And a little bit of confusion there on the base runner's part about whether he caught it or not. And we've got runners on the corners because of that confusion with 1 out. Here is Gino Washburn, a chance to drive in more for the Beavers. 1-1 count with 1 out. Two-seamer catches the plate. It's 1-2. And a line drive base hit up the middle. Another run's going to come in to score for Oregon State. Washburn with the RBI. Jeff Banwart steps in now. He's batting .261. Banwart swings and misses at the high cheese. 0-1 count. Banwart drives this one deep to right center field. That one is back at the track. One hops the wall. 1 run comes in to score. Another one is rounding third and heading for the plate. And a stand-up triple is going to drive in 2 more to make the score 7-1. Here's the 1-0 count. 1-0 delivery, a fastball outside, 2-0. Breaking ball, a 3-0 count. A get-me-over fastball, and then a breaking ball makes it a full count here. And strikeout on the full count. Here's Devin Tomko. 2 outs now, a runner still at third. Tomko on the changeup, drives it high and deep to right field. That one's heading into the gap as well. That one's high off the wall. 1 run comes in to score, and Tomko is in with a double The cutoff man takes a little tumble out there. And Trey Markle comes to the plate now. Curveball outside, 1-0 with 2 outs. It's 8-1 Beavers, and they are looking at a very likely Pac-10 championship with the win here. It's a 2-1 count. Swung on and fouled off, 2-2 with 2 outs. And the two-seamer comes back over the inside corner and freezes him. In the middle of 7, it's 8-1. We're going to fast forward now to the bottom of the 9th. Andrew Noble up with 1 out. Rodriguez on to pitch now for the Beavers, and he lines it to right field where Tomko makes the catch. Curveball swung on and missed. Beavers 1 out away from clinching the Pac-10 title. Pop fly down the left field line. Swayden can't come up with it. It drops just in front of him. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Skied out to center field. Rene Rogers is underneath it. And Oregon State is your Pac-10 champions for 2006. We're going back in time here on Mama's Basement Gaming. Rewriting history here in the Pac-10. Beavers, with a 9-1 victory, win the 2006 Pac-10 title. Rogers went 0 for 4 on the game. Maloney went 3 for 5, scored a run. Swayden 2 for 4, scored 2 runs, had an RBI. Washburn a big game, 4 for 5 with 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Banwart 1 for 4, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Shinjo 1 for 5 with a run scored. Tomko 3 for 4. Washburn, Maloney, and Tomko had doubles. Shinjo, Banwart, and Tomko had triples. Washburn, Banwart, Swayden, Markle, Tomko all had RBIs, and Swayden with the sac fly RBI, his second sacrifice of the season. On to the pitching. Morgan went 8 innings, giving up 9 hits, 1 run, 4 strikeouts, and Hernandez came in to pitch 1 scoreless inning, and the Pac-10 Conference champions with a 16-8 conference record is your Oregon State Beavers. The regionals have been scheduled. We qualified as the number 4 seed in the Fullerton Regional, and we will be facing the number 1 seeded San Francisco Dons, who are ranked number 12 in the country, to start off the regionals, and that will be up next on Oregon State Beavers Dynasty here on Mama Sports Basement Gaming. Catch us next time, and we will be into the NCAA postseason and have all of the regional action between San Francisco and Oregon State for you.